impact in the game.
Give me a break, need another life. Oh, need another life, life. Give me a break, need another life.
There's always been a saying at Old Trafford, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Today, Zara Somali and Jocelyn Burns will make their debuts in the Women's Super League as Manchester United are kind of injury-ridden going into their match against Leicester City today. They always say that Old Trafford is the best proving ground for young players with massive potential. And through Manchester United's injury crisis today, wields two debuts, one on the pitch and one on the bench. Zara Somali makes her Manchester United debut this afternoon, and I believe it's Jocelyn Burns that has made the bench. And what a time for them, and it couldn't have happened at a worse time to have an injury crisis for Mike Skinner, just 2 points behind leaders Chelsea in the Premier League, as they are edging ever closer to maybe Premier League glory. But Jose is out, Ladd is out, Toon is out, and it just keeps on mounting. Ever since the one injury they had at the beginning of the season was Maya Letitia, now they've had 3 on the injury list. So as you can see, debuts for Zara Somali, Jocelyn Burns makes the bench. A bit of a Ruben Almiron kind of formation today with a 5-2-3 for Mike Skinner, the first time he's ever used this. But of course, most of those injuries that he suffered are in the midfield. So he's probably just having 2 midfielders out there to maybe avoid another one. When you look at the Leicester City lineup, well, Manchester United won this matchup rather convincingly the last time out. And I think most of that team that played for Leicester that day is actually starting again. So we've got Peterman up front, Kopp in goal, which I remember. I think Mikomi was somewhat sent off, wasn't she? It was such a long time ago. It literally was, because of course we had a winter's break in that part of the season. Well, they always say for Manchester United, if you're old enough, you're good enough, and you'll always make it. And for Zara Somali today, she gets that chance. Davidson actually gets another shot as well, starting up front. Tairland has only made the bench today. So, as we said, Old Trafford, always the best proving ground for young players. Mike Skinner is getting out the Ferguson playbook. And for Zara Somali, it has happened today. And, well, she's been very good in the youth tournament she's played with over the course of the season. And you obviously don't want to make your debut in times of injury, but you've always got to take the chance. And Somali will be sure to try and do that today. It's basically just keep them out and get a goal if you can for Mike Skinner today. Samantha Kerr, and here's Somali already finding the pass to Davison there, but she's offside. And she's quite the ways off, to be fair. And there was more. There was another one brought through as well, but didn't make the team today. Rainier, I think, has made the team now. She's been kind of drafted in, but we won't see her today. So Manchester United and Alex Ferguson synonymous with this kind of strategy, bringing through the young player. That's one of Alan Hansen's greatest quotes, that you can't win with kids, that really kind of fell on deaf ears and was ignored by Ferguson, and it proved to be the best ignore that anyone had given a comment like that. Maybe in today's league, maybe that's the case, but back then it was a very different time, and Manchester United was always known for doing it. The Bubsy Babes, of course, always will be resonant round here. The feel of them, like they're always there, and they've watched over every kid that has ever come here with a dream, and for Somali today is the case. But right now we've got some drama. Have we got another sending off in our coverage this season? I think she was the last woman. We do. Julie Tyband has gone, and that's a very early bath, as they say, for her, and it could spell danger, because Leah Galton has been tremendous with free kicks this season. It's a bit more of a difficult position, but we'll see. Is Cobb aware of the Galton technique? Well, I think the Leicester City wall certainly is, and I think Cobb is pretty well positioned where she is. So I think she's eyeing that corner. Galton is. Oh, here she comes. And it is straight at her, but Cobb actually has to get it out for a corner. She struggled. Well, Mike Skinner will be definitely thankful for the extra man advantage that United have now. Galton with the corner. Davison with a header. Oh, and Cobb. I hope she's okay. It looked like she hit the back of her head on the goalpost there. She seems all right. They really probably should be getting a physiotherapist or a doctor out just to kind of check her over. Someone is actually doing that now whilst we're having a replay of this free kick from Galton. It was well taken, to be fair, but Lizzie Cobb, tremendous save. And I think we've given the thumbs up from the medical person, and we're cleared to continue. Of course, head injuries have become a massive safety kind of priority. Well, priority in safety, we should say, ever since the absolute freak injury to Petr Cech. Well, Galton's getting her goals now. She's up to 8. I think the highest is Toon with 12 or 15 at the moment. Jesse was not too far behind before she got injured. There's the Tizier to Galton again. And she's spun and cuts inside and she scores. And that's goal number 9 for her. And at a time where their two best goal scorers are out, it falls to Leah Galton and is probably next in line. She makes it 1-0 to United. And this is exactly what Mike Skinner would want. Well, we have said that United have flicked the switch since after the winter break, and it's certainly proven to be on as far as getting goals is concerned now. Galton makes it 1-0. They need Chelsea to drop points, though, very much like in the Premier League this season, where Arsenal needed City to drop points in the mid part. Manchester United need the same here. There was a time where second wasn't even enough at Old Trafford, but these days the feeling is very, very different. But as we've said, these players out here today are looking to rewrite it all that, and they are Premier title challengers this season. Davison and Galton has retrieved it. And so heads it away. It's Pelgarner. Yeah, great interception. Here's Kurt. Arslan Somali. Well, that's her first real action. Tried to bend it in. So more youngsters coming from a Manchester United academy onto the pitch. It's what has made them such a household name. The ongoing record of having an academy graduate for so long in the Manchester United side. I believe it's still going, but there are fears that it might end at some point with all the injuries and turnover that Ruben Almiron has had to deal with. And Skinner will be hoping that he's found his. Well, they say the lure of Manchester United wanting to join them probably could be gone, and that could be a valid argument. But if the Women's Super League team can get somewhere here, then it certainly would be a story. I, as a Manchester United supporter, certainly want it to happen. Well, Blundell was amongst the goals for a while. It's kind of dried up now, but I think this 5-2-3 is certainly for a way for the wing-backs to get forward, and Riviere certainly has done that. Davison finds Sam Kerr, and she scores! Well, Samantha Kerr, she may not have the notoriety that her namesake at Chelsea does, but here today, she's put her name on the front page. It's well found by Davison back there. And Kerr slid it into the corner. And United are 2 up here. And looking comfortable again. What a difference the winter break has made to this Manchester United side. They seem certainly invigorated by all the new signings. We say all, there was about 4, but even still. That's Kerr's first Manchester United goal. And I don't think it'll be the last either. Oh, what a ball by Rivera. And Somali trying her best to head it down to Davison there, but has to come up with it. But the man advantage is counted for United now. Davison well taken. Davison was a free agent. And she seems to have come on leaps and bounds and found a new lease of life. But all these players have. The signing of Kingsbury has certainly elevated this team and really lifted the spirits after the winter break and all the turmoil that had with it. Involving the goalkeeper. The Leicester corner. He takes it. And it's cleared away. Evan McCombie's back there in the box now. Good tackle by Turner. There does another great ball. Even if no United player gets there, it's still a tremendous ball cleared away from the box. McCombie has sprinted up to the other wing. Somali, great interception. Davison. Nelson. Saman Kerr shoots, and that one's over that time. We're going to have another flashpoint later in the season when Manchester United take on Chelsea for a second time. That really could decide the destination of the title this season. If United win that, very much like when Arsenal won at Manchester City, it could decide the title. The thing for Arsenal is there's questions starting to be asked of them after a draw against Nottingham Forest and just scraping through past Chelsea in the FA Cup. Both thanks to Kai Havertz. I think they'll be fine, but they just need to ride this bit of a tough stretch out. All teams have them. United certainly did at the start of the season. But now they've come on leaps and bounds. They can't get over the line just yet because Chelsea are just as relentless. And they've had a fantastic year, to be fair. And I think the golfing class really showed in the first game between those two. United were played out of the stadium. I don't think that's going to be the case this next time those two meet. It's a very much better side now with Leicester back in. Oh, and Kingsbury comes out to meet it. Just like that. Kingsbury had such a promising start to her Manchester United career with 2 or 3 clean sheets in a row. Unfortunately, it was broken, but just the whole feel of it is much better. The goals will be considerably less, and certainly won't raise Mike Skinner out of his seat so far. It's not a good pass for Turner, to be fair, though. Peterman to Pell Garnett, and tackled by Letitia. Having her back has certainly lifted the spirits in defence as well. Somali, great pass to Kerr. Now Kerr's away. Davison's with her. She's not going to pick her out. She's going to shoot herself, and it's a good choice. Sam Kerr makes it 3-0. Well, what an emphatic strike that was. She decided not to use Davison, and it ended up being the right choice. What a strike. Keeper's nowhere near that. Oh my word. That's a statement shot by Samantha Kerr, to be fair. Hello, I'm here, and I can do that. She may have raised Sam Kerr on that one. I'll have to see how that turns out when they meet at Old Trafford later this year. Manchester United comfortable here at the moment, though. Up by 3-0. Here's Mikomi. And here comes that panded EAFC kickoff cheese, perhaps. And it is going to probably happen. It is. Takada has scored. It's not really going to change much at the moment. Leicester still have a ways to go, but it's a start. Well, to be fair, I think Turner overcommits to her opposite number and leaves Takada to really just stroll into the box, really. I think it might be poor defending from United more than anything else. And, well, let's see where United go from here. Well, that's her 5th goal of the season. Galton to Norsland and Galton, they've kept it well. Somali. Oh, she's done brilliantly to pick out Kerr, and a good save from Kopp. In comes Norsland. And here's Galton again. And United just look an air of difference when it comes to attacking now. 3 minutes about it on time. United lead by 3-1. Maybe a bit of a lapse in concentration for the defence, but they're certainly back at it now with Rivera with a great tackle. She's gone down. No foul given. United would have got advantage anyway. Oh, and Kerr just unfortunately couldn't return the favour to Somali's great passes so far. Well, they might be left a bit thin with about 3 or 4 injuries to key players, but if United can keep scoring like this, then they'll certainly be able to ride the difficult waves that come with a list of injuries like Mike Skinner has. So much so that he's given debuts to 2 youngsters, and one of them's made an immediate impact, if not on the score sheet, at least getting assists to her name. For that woman, Sam Kerr, who's got 2 today, and opens her United account for her career. United 3, Leicester City 1. Welcome back to Old Trafford for the second half, where Jocelyn Burns will make her Manchester United debut, as she has come on for Northland in a substitution. We're hearing that Rivera took a knock earlier, but I feel that she's probably run it off because she's back on her feet and she comes out for the second half. And here is Jocelyn Burns' first touches in a Manchester United shirt, and she does well. Rivera's picked out Davison here, and she's away. She waits for support. She finds it in Somali, and Somali's gone down. And I think that was really a clash of players more than anything else. Well, here's McCombie. And Blundell is tackled well. Somali, that's a good pass to begin with, but it was cut out. Tackled by Janssen. Galton sends Burns on her way. And Burns is going to have a shot. She's going to go down. That's a penalty, surely. And it's given. Jocelyn Burns was too much in terms of pace. It's a yellow card for the culprit. We're not sure who it is yet. It's Quieto, I think. And Burns was too much. She had to concede the penalty. Well, Jocelyn Burns has made a mark there. Galton will take this penalty. I think you can have no surprise there. She is a bit of a set-piece specialist this season. Well, she has a 62 penalty rating, but she made that stick. 4-1. And United are out of sight now. Another win for Mike Skinner's team. 62 rating on penalties, that's not a problem. Galton just puts it in the corner. Most of the penalties we've watched this season have been hit so well that the keepers haven't even moved. Well, United 4, Leicester City 1, and well, what a comfortable day it's been for United. Probably the perfect environment for Burns and Somali to make their debuts in, to be honest. 10 goals and 15 for Galton now. She's rising through. And with 2 now, maybe Toon could be looking after her shoulder sooner rather than later. We assume they will be back. Her and Jeze will probably be more or less back for later in the year. I think they'll definitely be back before the season's over, is what I mean. That's a good pass. Peterman! And she missed it. Well, would Kingsbury have had this covered? Probably. Well, more high scoring from Manchester United. They've taken a leaf out of Arsenal's book. And we know Ruben Almiron does have a growing list of injuries for himself on the men's side of things, but Skinner's making this formation work, and Almiron can't. At least I believe this is Almiron's formation. It does. When you do pick the team in the AFC, it is the kind of formation that the team runs. And here is Somali! Oh, and a debut goal for Zara Somali. And that was an emphatic strike. And the youngster makes her mark. Well, there was a header here by Kerr. Finally repays the favour of the passes Somali has given her today. And responds in kind. And that's a great strike. She's off balance and she falls, but she has control of the ball when shooting. And we'll give it a goal. What a great debut she's had. And she's worthy, and she's deserved that. Manchester United 5, Leicester City 1. It's just a question of how many more now. Well, nothing quite like a Manchester United goal on your Manchester United debut, and a lot of youngsters can attest to that. Maybe not on their debuts, incidentally, but the first Manchester United goal is one you remember forever. I know I certainly do. Leicester seem to have run out of ideas. They can't even keep a hold of the ball at the moment. United have been so wonderfully done today. Like, they've done wonderfully well, I mean. Could it be possible? Could Mike Skinner win a league title? The first league title since Sir Alex Ferguson left the men's side of things over a decade ago. United have won trophies since then, there's no denying that, but not a league title. Somali, wonderfully done. Oh, saved by Cobb. She did wonderfully to keep the ball. Somali is really leaving her own impression. Going to Blundell. Blundell's shot gets pulled. She keeps her balance. Blundell's going into the box, and good tackle, to be fair. And Pelle Gardner's going to go off for Tierney here. I don't think she has a relation to Kieran Tierney, I don't think. At least I don't think she does. But Sam Tierney's the one coming on. Kemi's found to Carter again. And this time Kingsbury saves it. Look how much space there is. Turner's probably a bit indecisive on what to do with it. And Kingsbury bails her out with a good save. Probably be having words on the pitch there, saying you were probably a bit slow and indecisive on what to do with the ball. And there's all going to be a couple of substitutions for Mike Skinner. I think Sanderberg is going to come on for Rivera. And Davidson's run in this side is over for now, for today, and Tierland's coming on. That's a good tackle by Burns. Emma Watson has also come on for Sanker as she makes way for today. She's had a very good game, to be fair. 2 goals, never too shabby. What a pass. Tierland. Oh, and she's found Burns, and now Burns is away again. And they'll be careful not to concede a penalty this time. And they certainly didn't. Oh, here's Rose, the substitute for Leicester City. She's through. And a good save by Kingsbury. She has been absolutely a vital signing. And she almost conceded another one there because it was a good strike. But Kingsbury has made the difference for this Manchester United side. There is no denying that. What a statement signing by Mike Skinner. Somali. Watson immediately tackled. Comey. Jonathan's coming, and Turnover's coming in. Kingsbury gathers it up. There's no denying the difference she has made, and her signing has made to the whole team. It's reinvigorated them after a bit of a shaky start, really. And then all that drama involving Troyes Joyce and that very poor performance that the whole team had against Chelsea. It wasn't just on the keeper. They all played very poorly that day. I don't think it's going to be that poor next time around, especially if United keep scoring like this. Now looking for Burns. Tierney gets it. And Peterman will shoot. And Kingsbury had to save it. She won't get a clean sheet today, unfortunately, but she certainly had a performance worthy of one. But it's kept the goals down. And that's going to be crucial when they do come up against Chelsea at Old Trafford later this season, because they conceded 4 or 5 that day. I think it was Written and the striker, whose name eludes me, that stole the show. Tierney to Rose, and saved by Kingsbury again. This is a clear, well, doesn't really clear it, but that'll go out for a goal kick anyway. Well, here's the shot from Kingsbury earlier. It was a stunning strike and Kingsbury had to save it. She's disappeared. She has disappeared. What a strange bug that is. This game never ceases to amaze me in the number of comical bugs we've had throughout the season. It's certainly been very interesting to watch. Lots of kept the ball and United gain advantage. And it's going to be a corner, is it? No, Takar is going to keep it in. Just about. Evan to Tierney, tackled by Burns. And found Somali. And that could be a foul, but it's... Well, for United, it's been a very comfortable afternoon. Something that Mike Skinner will definitely appreciate. Well, next for the Manchester United side will be Arsenal. At Old Trafford, it's going to be a difficult game for Almiron's team. There are glimpses that it is... something is there, but it's going to take a lot more than just one transfer window to sort it out. It's funny how United fans are still protesting against the ownership that, even with the change, of course, even with the change, the Glazers are still majority in charge. Jocelyn Burns. Oh, she's had a good day. I mean, both debutants for United have had very good days, to be fair. Somali's got a goal. Burns couldn't kind of do the same, but that was a very decent shot, to be fair. But even in this era of uncertainty, probably a couple of protests along the way, something has shone very brightly, and it is this Manchester United side since the winter break. And in a season of turmoil and turnover and questions, and maybe even a protest like we said, this women's team could really put some smiles back on the faces of Manchester United fans that haven't been starved for success, of course. FA Cup last season. Carabao Cup in Ten Hag's first season. Obviously the Carabao Cup. And the Europa League in the opening year of opening stint for Jose Mourinho as well. Louis van Gaal winning the FA Cup. It's not really resulted in the ultimate, the big prizes. The Champions League appearances that United were so known for. And what Ferguson made football his backyard. And Old Trafford was it. And yes, it is very different now, and it was expected to be. But I think how it has kind of slowly kind of gone downhill over the last decade has certainly been the biggest surprise of all. Galton, stunner. 6-1. And United are home free. And the exclamation point for Leah Galton as she continues to score goals now. She's just not a set-piece specialist. She can get them from open play. Stunning strike. Well, if United don't win this league, it's certainly going to compound a very down year for Manchester United fans. But as we said, this team is giving them something to cheer and smile about in a year that hasn't had a lot of it. Manchester United win by 6-1. Another glory day of goals. Leah Golden gets a match ball, but all the talk is going to be about the debutants Somali and Burns tonight, because Somali in particular made her own mark by scoring a goal, and Burns wasn't too bad either. She earned the penalty and she almost scored herself. Even with all the injuries mounting, Manchester United still find a way. They could still win this title. It's going to be tough though. So let's take a look at all the scores this weekend and what that means for the Women's Super League table. And it's no changes at the top, because United, Chelsea and City all won today. In between that, Spurs and Crystal Palace, or Liverpool and Crystal Palace, had to toe to a 2-2 draw. Villa and Everton also drew. And Arsenal actually got another win on the board. And guess where they are now? 4th. Some things never change. Although this men's Arsenal team, I have something to say about that. But it's the same 3, and it's the same scenario as the Premier League actually, with a over 4-3 to about 14-point gap between 3rd and 4th. Meanwhile, West Ham are 5th, followed by Everton, Leicester City, Spurs, Crystal Palace, Brighton, Aston Villa in 11th, where they've been for most of the Premier League. Liverpool, still the biggest surprise. They just can't seem to get anything going at the moment, down at the bottom.